This is Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck. It is a 2006 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD. It's a 6.6 liter turbo diesel. It's two-wheel drive, which is interesting. And it's got 72,000 miles. And whoever owned this thing before it was stolen spent a frickin' fortune on it. It's got a real lift in the back with extra springs, and it's a spring lift. It's not a block lift on the rear. And it's got the Fox shocks on the rear as well as the front. It's sitting on 38-inch tires. They're 38/20s, and they're very high tread, and it runs like crazy. And that's all I know. I'm gonna walk you around this thing and take you for a ride. It's called a CST is the name of the lift on it. Very impressive, very clean. The only thing I don't like about this truck, and maybe it doesn't matter to anybody else, is these are painted on stripes here, on the hood here. It had it on the sides, on the lower doors, and on the tailgate, but the detail shop was able to get those off, but they really put them on that hood, and they wouldn't come off, so before we hurt the paint, we didn't want to make a mess, so we just left it there. There's your driver tire. These are 2.0 Pro Series Fox racing shocks. And the tires are, let's see, where's the size? There they are. 38/20 LTs. Wow. And it is really straight. These trucks usually have a million dings and dents in them, but the driver's side is impressive. So is the passenger side. This thing, whoever lost this truck is bombing. There's the lift right there, CST lift. It's also got a step that comes down. It's called the amp research step. This is going to be an absolute crazy fest for this truck because of the way he built it. This thing is really well done. We're still waiting for ignition to show up, so we can't get the security light to stop blinking on the dash until we get the new ignition. But it came back from detail a little faster. It wasn't very dirty, so it came back from detail a little earlier than we thought. Wait, here's your leaf lift, spring lift. Very impressive. A bed that clearly nothing's ever been in. I mean, it's my job to find the nicks and the scratches and the dings. Aside from that funky paint on the hood, I'm not finding much. I'm not finding anything. Because there are no blocks on the rear end, it's a real lift. It's hard to say. I'm not seeing any dings in this car. It's hard to say what the lift is, but it feels like it's at least 8 and maybe 10. A little short now, so I'm just going to kind of hold this thing up here. Super quiet for the diesel. I'm not sure why we have a bungee holding the battery, other than maybe they stole the bracket for it. Might have one of those chrome bracket holders, I don't know. Here's your motor. Go to the, even getting on the step, man, you gotta hike up. There's your roof. You know, another thing I know about lifted trucks is they always go under a tree and scratch the crap out of them, under something. And this thing, god dang, I think this thing was garaged in the world's biggest garage. Or in some work garage, probably. We have the mats. They were just still damp from the detail. see, make sure that's the driver rear switch. Let's see, we don't have door locks back here. I'm just gonna walk around and make sure that we have no surprises here. Let's see if this switch works. Yes, it does. Let's see. We did steal the tweeters and the stereo, obviously. Let me see. There's the door locks. See those working. I can hear them working in the back seat. Let's try that switch. That switch works. Boy, these seats are in perfect condition. They did that ghetto paint job on this thing too. I don't know if I'm a fan of this or not. You may not care. It bothers me. I might be able to get my upholstery guy to dye this over or something. I think it's just not that bad. I'm kind of a clean freak, so anything other than the norm bothers me. Alright, let's see. Let's try the master switch. That's the driver door window, passenger window, passenger rear window, driver rear window. Let's see. Locks. I can hear them working in the back. Tilt wheel up and down, no problem. Boy, the seats look like brand new. Very unusual. Oh boy. Good thing this won't fit in my garage. I'd bonk it about 2 feet before I got in. If I made it in the garage, there's no way this would be for sale. Let's check out the air. I'm told it blows ice cold, but they had some sort of a killer sound system in there. There's some real big cables underneath the rear seat, which is kind of obvious. This would be the type of truck for it. Let me turn that up. Yeah, it's blowing ice cold. Perfect. And it's a 95-degree day here in the middle of March here in Tucson. Just tell on and off. You can see that blinking right there. That's a security light. That's because we're waiting on a new ignition for this. I guess they broke the sensor or whatever that's built into the ignition. Alright, let's go for a ride. It's on a clear title, so there's no need for an inspection. It is a theft recovery we purchased directly from an insurance company. What is the big guy? That's a big diesel Ram right there, and we're looking down at the hood. That's a big truck right there. That's a mega cab. Looking small. Anyhow, if you come to Tucson and want to drive it home, which is fine, but well, I'll tell you what, with these big tires, I want to hear the road noise these things create. Might be a long trip with these things. If you come here, you're going to pay taxes. 2% city tax here in Tucson, plus whatever your state tax rate is. If your state tax rate is 3%, then you're going to pay 5% total tax and a $250 dock fee. If you're like from Arizona, our state tax rate is 7.1, so you're going to pay 9.1% tax plus $250 dock fee. If you pay by wire and ship, all you pay is the agreed upon price, no dock fee, no taxes, nothing. But you better tell the shipper how big this thing is, because they freak out when they show up there and all the person told them is, oh, it's lifted. This is not lifted. This is huge. And they will not pick it up unless you tell them the truth. Oh, this thing runs really good. You know, it's got the, you know, the rumble strip noise kind of when you're getting going fast, but it's not that obnoxious. I still think it'd be a pretty long ride listening to that noise. It's smooth, you just hear it. So, I guess it's up to you. I don't know. We've had people drive Jeep Wranglers 2,000 miles, which is probably the craziest thing ever. Probably crazier than driving this thing. So, who knows? I'm going to start from 0 here. Kind of hear it. You don't feel it, you just hear it. Just anyway, I don't think that this is probably the greatest highway vehicle in the world for obvious reasons. But the steering's tight. I wasn't wandering all over the place. Very tight. Didn't feel unsafe. And we're going over our Bolivian roads here in Tucson. This is what 9.1% taxes buy you. It buys you roads that have holes in them the size of a trunk lid. It's unbelievable. We are in the worst run city in America, by the way. I don't advise moving here. We put it in reverse here. Check out reverse. Yeah, that's fine. This thing is sweet. Cool truck. Yeah, this would be a good thing to be very cool in. Or I think you can get away with four-wheeling in this thing. I think it would work, even though it's not four-wheel. Anyway, please check it out. Make sure you watch the whole video. Check out all the pictures Dennis is going to post. And that is all. Thank you.